All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's another Saturday night here for the Outlaw Modified Series powered by the Bootleg Racing League live here on Camber Television. Race number 4 is upon us here from the Irwindale Speedway, the outer course of this track as well. The SK Modifieds are loaded in and ready to go for another 100-lap feature race here tonight. So far on top of the practice board, we got the 4-car of Charles Lahr, J.R. Shepard, Brian Dinn, Jason Minda, and Todd Liston, your top 5. And, of course, second place is last week's winner from Martinsville. So J.R. Shepard looking to go back-to-back, be the first driver to win 2 races tonight if he can pull it off. But there's a lot of hungry guys out there. And joining me tonight in the booth, welcoming back, is Dylan Ackard. What's up, man?
Oh, hello, Wes. How you doing, everyone? Tonight's gonna be interesting. I'm not used to Irwindale being the oval. I'm used to seeing it as the figure 8 course for week 13. So it's gonna be interesting to see how this thing goes and plays out. But grid is coming on up. But 100 laps here. No changing tires. No adding or removing fuel from the car. So hopefully these guys get the setups that they wanted to get that fine adjustments during that little warm-up they had. They had 20 minutes of warm-up. They got everything they needed to go and get ready for tonight's big event.
All right, our starting grid will go as follows. Charles Lahr gets to pole tonight in that number 4 machine. The 17 of Ben Izinga going to start to the outside of row number 1. Row 2 is going to have the 6 of Kurt Smith and the 87 of Todd Liston. Row number 3 is going to have the 23 of Brian Dinn. Kenny Kibbe in the 14 car. Going to start out of position number 6. 7th goes to the 26 of Donnie Moore. J.R. Shepard going to start out of the 8th position here tonight. Lowell Jewell in the 5 car going to start out of 9th. And rounding out the top 10 is going to be the 10 car of Justin Allen. Mike Allen in the 59 car going to start 11th. 12th goes to Mike Holloway in the 31. And Jason Minda, the 45 machine, going to start out of the 13th position. I'm pretty sure they're going to have at least another pace lap. Yeah, pace car still out on the racetrack. So one more parade lap for these 13 drivers. 100 laps ahead of them. Like Dylan said, they cannot change tires. So we're going to be seeing some guys trying to save here early on. Some guys trying to make their way to the front. Definitely keep an eye out for that 98 machine of J.R. Shepard.
Yeah, JR, as you also said, but watch out for Lewis in that 5-2. We saw him 2 weeks ago, but that was not here last week. He was doing a great battle for the lead, but just keep an eye on Mike Holloway too. Starting that last row, he has a lot of work to do, but he's going to do a pace car, comes down into the big long pit lane as Charles Lahr has the field as we are someday this week. There we go, green flag racing.
And Charles Lahr gets a good jump over Izinga. Kurt Smith, a good jump as well out of that bottom lane in that 6 car. Now the top side is going to be very prevalent here. A lot of racing going to be done on the high side of the track. Lahr has the advantage as they head into turn number 3 for the first time here tonight. Izinga pulling away from Kurt Smith, who's falling into the clutches of Brian Dinn and Todd Liston. Dinn all the way on the bottom in that gold and black 23 machine to the inside of that 87 Pepsi car of Liston.
Go around. J.R. Shepard's taking no time at all, taking it slow. He's pushing his way up. Oh, it's currently sitting up in 6th, trying to get by. I believe that's the 14 of Kenny Kibbe, as he's doing his best, but Kibbe's falling back behind. But only one driver on this whole track is taking that lower side of the track, and that is the 23, as he is falling back.
And falling back in a hurry is that 23 of Dinn, getting passed on the outside by that 14 machine of Kibbe. Back into turns 3 they go. And looking at it, I mean, the 23 definitely in no man's land there at the bottom. You can see the 98 in front of him, Shepard trying to diamond off the corner to get a good run on Liston here out of turn number 2. Down the backstretch they go. We got a battle for that 4th position here, and as the 98 locks up the brakes into 3. But he's going to have a great run coming off of turn number 4. Takes a spot at the line.
Yeah, it's not that we had that little bit of lockup. They're not using that much brake here, though. It's just a little bit laying off the gas, not a lot. But as we're taking the onboard ride with the number 14, just so we can kind of hear what goes on inside that cockpit. But yeah, right now everyone's single file on the top side. Kind of just like watching a dirt race. Everyone's up on that high side driving that cushion, so not much moving going around on this field.
No, not much. Charles Lahr is almost stressed out to a whole second over the 17 of Ben Azinga. Kurt Smith still in third. J.R. Shepard, Todd Liston, your top five, as the 98 is going for that third spot. He's to the inside of Kurt Smith now in that 6 car. The Motorcraft Quick Lane livery on that 98 machine has proven to be a force this season so far. Every single race that he's been in, he's pretty much finished in the top 3. So that 98 car definitely going to be a strong contender for this championship, as he won last year's championship. We say it every week. But just an interesting fact about that 98 car, as he is still fighting tooth and nail for that third position, going all the way to the bottom, clipping the apron a little bit, gonna get the spot out of 2.
I think we all know that J.R. Shepard's a very fast driver. He can put his car in any lane that he wants at any track and just be competitive and fast. But right now, I think he has that clean air. Now it's going to be, how long does it take for him to catch up to Charles Lahr with his a little over a second lead?
Well, J.R. Shepard's about 2 seconds back last time at the line, and he has closed in another 1/10 of a second on that 4 machine. Looking towards the back, still a lot of follow the leader here early on. My iRace is kind of wonky. It's not giving me the laps right now. But Lowell Jewell all the way back into 13th after starting from 9th. So again, not a good opening to that 5's night, as we see Kenny Kibbe now taking a dive underneath of that 87 car for that 5th position.
Look around. It just seems like some drivers can make that bottom lane come off, and some drivers just cannot. You know, Kenny Kibbe is he's doing the best that he can, but he just isn't getting it done right now. I don't know if that's because his car isn't set up the way that J.R. Shepard was, or maybe just the tires are kind of wearing differently, with the little bit difference of camber in each setup. But right now, he is definitely not doing well at all, and is falling back.
Yeah, he is. It's very unfortunate right now that this is happening. Trying to load up another program here. But it looks like Azinga is about to fall victim to that 98. Now, there is a white line down there. It's not a double yellow, so you don't have to worry about any rules getting broken as of right now. So J.R. Shepard still in that 3rd position, still looking like he's going to try and keep it above that white line there in 3 and 4. Catching up to the 17 car very quickly.
He's on his backbone right now, you know, but with this battling going on, I was watching the time charts. He was actually catching Charles Lahr. He was about a little under a second and a half, but now he's back to a little over 2 seconds behind. So hopefully taking this bottom lane, being very aggressive on this bottom lane, you know, not taking the easy way around the track, you know, putting a little bit of extra wear on the tire, turning the wheels just a little bit more, scrubbing them just a little bit more if one of it's going to affect them in the long run. But looking in this back half of the field, somebody that has surprised me that's not making any movement in this field, and I don't know if that's because of his strategy before he went in this race car to start this race, but the 31 of Mike Holloway. He is still sitting back there in 10th, you know, not making any moves, not doing anything, kind of just sitting here watching the battle for, I want to say that's for 6 right now, but he's not doing anything. But we have a 3-way battle for 6 right now.
Yeah, Liston, Kibbe, and Den, as Shepard has made his way up into the 2nd position, got by Azinga about a lap ago. Den now back off that bottom lane. He takes that 6th spot away from Todd Liston. Liston has been falling backwards since the drop of green flag, starting in 4th, now back to the 7th position. I mean, not a lot of numerical shortcomings there in his position, but he's just fallen back ever so slightly. Now Kibbe to the inside in that 14 car. He's fallen back a couple of spots as well. And then we have Donnie Moore, who is trying to tear his way through the field. He's in that 6th position, or yeah, he's in 6th right now. Or 5th, excuse me, trying to get into that 4th spot. Almost slides up in front of Kurt Smith. Oh, that's very close coming out of turn 4.
Yeah, right now, as you see how just one... Ooh, contact. A lot of contact there. Chuck made that 6 car of Kurt Smith have a little bit of a hard time steering there, but no harm, no foul. But right now, Danny Moore got the pass made and now pulling away from that little 4-car pack.
Yeah, Moore up 3 spots from 7th to 4th on the night. J.R. Shepard still 2 seconds back from the race lead. But, I mean, still, these boys back here from 5th on back putting on a show. Pretty much 2 wide, 3 rows deep as the field heads back into turn number 1. And then underneath the 6 car of Smith, the black and gold 23 looking to get into the top 5. Get back to where he started from. Started in the 5th position. Back to the bottom side he goes. And cannot complete the pass coming out of turn number 2 like he's done to a couple of other guys out here tonight. Liston throwing his hat into the ring as well. He's almost into the back of the 6 car in the middle of turns 3 and 4. Kibbe catching up as well, running that middle lane. Now right above the hash marks is where we see a lot of these drivers running. It's about the quickest way around the track. They got more banking up towards the top half of this racing surface. Progressive banking, as they like to call it. Liston almost into the wall coming out of turn number 4 there in that 87 machine. But still a tight 4-way battle for that 5th position.
Well, following right behind this 4-car battle is that 31 of Mike Holloway, who's already moved up 1 position, passing the 59 of Mike Allen. But right now, I'm really just curious what Holloway's plan is, because he's not making any movements or doing anything. Just kind of sitting here watching him, which is kind of odd, because at a place like this, once you kind of fall off the page just a little bit, it's hard to regain it. I think that's why we saw J.R. Shepard kind of do everything that he can to get to that position and try to get to 2nd as fast as he could. And now I'm only a 2.5 seconds back from the leader. But, you know, right now, Holloway is just kind of sitting here. I don't know if he's planning for at least 1 caution here tonight. You know, go around, let the tires cool off, and then make his approach, or he's just not comfortable here at Irwindale.
I mean, it's not a track that a lot of drivers go to on the regular here on the iRacing service. Irwindale's kind of mainly just for figure 8s. You will see a couple races pop up in like the late models or the super late models, but I don't really ever see it on a schedule for the modified. So it could be that, you know, not a lot of seat time here at Irwindale in these SK modifieds. Could be proven to be a big factor in these guys' performance here tonight. Liston, he's fallen back to 8th now after being right there to battle for that 5th position from Kurt Smith. So Holloway going to tuck in right behind him. You got 5 cars. You can throw a blanket over them. Right now, battling between that 5th and 9th position. So still a little update as we are coming to complete lap 36, or complete lap 35 for that group of cars. Leader on lap 36. Charles Lahr still out front by only 1.1 second over J.R. Shepard, Ben Azinga, Donnie Moore, and Brian Denny. Your top 5 as they run.
On the left-hand side on your screen, you will see the top 3 interval, so we can kind of keep your main action in this 5-car pack here. But, ooh, man, ooh, look at that.
That was a little too close for comfort.
Kurt Smith did a really ballsy move right there. I don't know if he realizes that these are not the big block modifieds that are driving on the dirt, but he is making these slide jobs look easy right now.
Yeah, he sure is. Got back up to the 5th position last time. at the start-finish line. Liston getting the let out as well. Catching up on that bottom side. Din has it at the line that time by. Closing in on 60 laps to go next time around. Din still to the inside of the 6 machine. Liston to the inside of Kibbe. And Holloway has the best seat in the house for this side-by-side action right in front of him.
Talk about going with Holloway. We are on board with Holloway, watching him, see what he can do with this traffic. You know, you can definitely tell that Holloway is faster. He's probably letting up the gas, probably letting the car coast, probably the most out of all these drivers here. But just can't make, I don't know if he can't make it work or he's just counting down the laps, knowing that, you know, there's still a lot of time left in this race to make the moves and start making these moves. But whatever the case is, cannot make it done as, ooh, oh, that was close to Comfort. Right alongside him with the 14.
And there he goes, gets around Liston now, fighting with Kibbe is that 31 of Mike Holloway. Now he's into that 7th position. Once he gets around that 14 machine, sets his eyes on that 6 of Kurt Smith right in front of him. Heading out of turn at number 4, closing in on halfway here at Irwindale. Now, a lot of these guys back here, they're going to need the caution to come out if they want to have the slightest chance of trying to take a checkered flag here tonight. Charles Lahr and J.R. Shepard, we haven't really come up front here that much, but the gap has shrunk tremendously between that 4 and that 98 machine. Shepard running him down as we speak at the line this time. We're going to complete lap 44, go to lap 45. 0.7 of a second separates our leaders. As you can see on the left-hand side of your screen, the graphic is still up there. Ben Azinga, he's definitely lost a ton of momentum here. He's back 6 seconds after running in second for the majority of this race, or the early parts of this race. Donnie Moore not making up any ground either. He's 8.5 seconds back. But then we look back here to this 45 car. Jason Menda, last car on the lead lap, as we don't know what happened with the 5 car. I believe he just started and parked here just to get points. Lil Jewel, 18 laps down. So Menda is about 13 seconds off of the leader. That means that he's, oh, Kibbe's around. Coming out of turn 4, caution's going to fly. What happened to Kibbe?
That's what I was just thinking. We just left them and they were side by side. As, ooh. Ooh. A little bit, did he go down on? Trying to look at different angles here. See what the best. It looks like Kibbe had a good run. Maybe a little bit of contact with Holloway. And then just goes down and just gets hit hard in that left front tire.
Well, that's a tough break for that 14 machine. I couldn't find the replay on here. Like I said, my racing controls have been wonky, so I've had to actually load up ATVO myself so I could actually get the lap count and everything. But just here at halfway, it'll be Charles Lahr hitting the stripe to start lap 50. So we're going to have 50 to go, after, or less than half the race to go when we go back to green flag race. And Lahr still your leader. Shepard, Azinga, Moore, and Din your top 5. Kurt Smith, Mike Holloway, Mike Allen, Justin Allen, Jason Menda, Kenny Kibbe, Todd Liston, and Lowell Jewell. Your 13 runners now in this race. And so far, it's been the Charles Lahr show. I mean, Shepard, of course, he's definitely got a fast, hot rod out here tonight. He was closing the gap. They had definitely distanced themselves from the rest of the field. So it's pretty much a 2-horse battle right now. And if that 98 gets around that 4, it's pretty much going to go down to a 1-horse race after that. But, I mean, still can't count out Charles Lahr. He's got the lead, going to have command of the restart when we go back to green flag racing. So he's definitely got his work cut out for him. Definitely going to have to play a couple of mind games here and try and get in front of Shepard here on this restart.
Yeah, well, I think Lahr knows that if JR gets by him or even gets alongside him, that he will be losing that lead to him. Shepard has been gaining on him before that caution by multiple tenths of a second every lap. So, you know, I think right now JR is kind of just relaxing. You don't see him weaving his tires, trying to clean them off, trying to do anything. Just keep him trying to lose as much heat as he can before we go back green. But again, I'll say it one more time. Probably won't be the last time I say something. This caution is going to be really good for that 5-car pack that we had from 4th on back. Is all now they got their tires cooled down a little bit. You know, they can kind of rethink about their strategy. You know, I don't know if these guys have actual crew chiefs and spotters. If they do, they could be doing a little bit of strategy talk. But I'm going to be watching this 31 of Mike Holloway. I'm so not used to seeing him in the back half of this field. Usually he's up in the front battling for the leads, and he's been sitting in the back relaxing. So I think this is his go time. But pace car comes down off the track. 47 laps to go. Gonna be 46 when we hit the line. As we take the long turn. And we are back green flag racing.
And there we go, green flag back in the air here at Irwindale. Lar got a good jump. So did Izinga. Shepard, almost 3 wide. Oh, the race lead. They're beating and banging. No, the 4-car down. Caution's going to come out.
Shepard.
Charles Lar, J.R. Shepard in the wreck. Your 2 front runners for most of this race in the wreck. Going to have to go back and see what exactly happened. It just looks like that Izinga may have came up a little bit, or the 4 came down a little bit coming out of turn number 2. It unfortunately collects just about half the field there. You know, you had J.R. Shepard go around. Donnie Moore went around as well, the 26 car. His night is pretty much done. Doesn't look like he's going to be long for that. Yeah, seems that his motor may have blown on that one. He has gone a lap down.
I can confirm that Charles Lar has been walked into his hauler, through his helmet, and broken the light bulb inside his hauler. But
oh man, this changes everything. I will tell you that.
That's unfortunate.
Right past halfway, just coming out of a yellow. Cautions, breeding cautions there. Ben Izinga gonna take or inherit the lead after that exchange. Brian Den barely squeaks by. He did get a little contact from that 4-car trying to get through that incident. He's gonna get up to second. Mike Holloway, your boy Dylan, is up into that 3rd spot. Kurt Smith and Justin Allen is gonna make an appearance in the top 5 here for the first time tonight as well.
Around, still trying to get the best angles to take the replays on. It definitely looks like the 17 just ran up into Charles Lar. Do not know if race control is going to do anything about that, but that's hard. That's hard to look because that was a lot of fast guys, and J.R. Shepard, he's driving a really damaged race car right now.
Yeah, he is. It looks like he's going to come into pit lane. They do get 1 quick repair, so he might go ahead and use that. We should be getting ready to load these cars up side by side here. Lights are still on the pace car, so we still have at least another 2 laps of pace to go. But J.R. Shepard on the pit lane going to takes the fast repair, gets a brand new car, and is down and away. So not going to lose any spots. Let's see, Donnie Moore is unofficially out of the race as well. Charles Lar and Lowell Jewell will not finish this race. Or actually, Donnie Moore's coming out of the pits now, but he's 4 laps down in that 26 car, so he's definitely going to have to hope that we have a ton of cautions, or that's going to be pretty much where he finishes here today, or tonight, I should say. And lights are off the pace car. We got 1 more lap to go. Just a reminder, next week we will be live at 9 o'clock Eastern right here on the Off Camber TV YouTube page for week number 5. Week number 5 is going to be out of the South Boston Speedway. So shorten up the track, raise up the tempers, and we will have a good time here next week. Pace car is off. Green flag back in the air. Ben Izinga down and away. Takes that race lead. He's going to hop up in front of Brian Den immediately after That green flag drops. Mike Holloway now up into that second position. Going to try and slip up in front of that 23. Not going to be able to do it. The 10 almost gets into the back bumper. That's Justin Allen now. He's looking for third place. He gets around Brian Den. Den still on the outside. Just a little bit of that car poking right there. And who is that in? Is that Mike Allen, the 59 car, trying to get into the top 5? But look at J.R. Shepard. Already picked up a ton of spots. Kenny Kimmy. Oh, Kurt Smith gets into the 10 car. Out of turn number 4, everybody scatters like cockroaches.
Oh, there they go.
Kimmy gets a little bit of contact with that 10 machine. Saves it. Great hands out of that number 10 car.
Nationwide was on his side with that one. That was a huge slide with the 10.
No. Battle on for the race lead. Mike Holloway. He must have been saving his tires. He's sitting inside of Ben Azinga right now. The green 17 machine still running that top side. Holloway in the Sunny D car trying to get that race lead away from him for the first time tonight. Almost slams into that left-hand side of that 17 machine. Only 35 laps to go. 34 when they hit the start-finish line. Holloway is not going to lead that lap, but barely misses it by 31 thousandths of a second.
I wonder if Ben is he can get that better run because he does have a little bit of, with that contact with Laura. What if it did bend the tires just a little bit, give it the car a little bit extra camber, or do any kind of suspension damage? But right now, looking at it, he's not. But I'm kind of surprised that this top lane is still as dominant as it is, because once these tracks kind of get warmed up, they take a while for them to cool off with this tire model. But these guys are having a good job. But look at J.R. Shepard. Went around, did multiple spins, had to go down, team had to get the backup car, and now he's back up in third, catching our leaders.
Yep, and a lead change happened. Hopefully it was on the screen when it happened. Mike Holloway got around Ben Azinga on the bottom. Azinga looking to get to the bottom of that 31 as well. Shepard up into that third spot. They're going to have to, settle this dispute fairly quickly if they want to try and stay in front of that 98. He is coming with a vengeance now. Shepard down to the bottom. He has caught that 17 car as they come out of turn number 4. 30 laps to go here at Irwindale.
Now, it was not surprised me that J.R. Shepard only took him not even a handful amount of laps to catch up to our leaders back. Now it's going to be, how is he going to get past our two leaders right now? But he was the fastest car throughout the whole beginning of this whole race, and now he goes underneath the 17 of Ben as goes around. Only car kind of driving the line that he's driving, which is just giving him just beautiful exits and entries that he can get.
Well, let's hope that he didn't slip up. Well, actually, we watched his pit stop, so we know that he didn't take tires. So, I mean, these are still on these 72-lap-old tires. 2 caution cycles, provide a little bit of longevity for these as he's still trying to get around that second-place machine. The battle is on 3 drivers for that race lead. Make that 2. Now the 98 gets around the 17. Going to try and dive it in here in turns 3 and 4. Gets on the flat of the apron. Gets a great run off of turn number 4. Going to come up side by side with the 31 machine. Mike Holloway leading a handful of laps after starting from 12th. But it doesn't look like he's going to keep that lead for long. That 98 car is all over the back bumper of that Sunny D ride. Back to the bottom and the flat of the apron. In 3 and 4 goes that 98 car of Shepard. Shepard still in that second spot. He backs it off a lot there getting into the turn. Gets a good run out of turn number 2. But to no avail, still in that second spot. Meanwhile, behind him, you got Kurt Smith, Mike Allen, and Kenny Kibbe in a little bit of a battle as well. Kurt Smith seems to be the benefactor of that. Gets up to that 4th position. And Mike Allen having a dream night tonight. That 59 car into the top 5.
Around. Right now, Mike is doing a great job, but look at the run Shepard can get. Goes in the corner nice and slow, get that car pointed where he wants to go, and he just accelerates like a rocket out of the corners. Drag race down in turn 1 and 2. You can see where JR hits the brakes on it, the car pretty much, just to slow the thing down in 3 and 4. And I believe Shepard led that lap. I could be wrong. Timing and scoring, he's playing funky games right now. But right now, that is going to be a photo finish if he stay like this. But I just see JR Shepard getting by. Look at how faster JR can go out of the exit of 4.
Yeah, he's really backing up 1 and 2, getting a great run off, still side by side with the race leader. Actually, Holloway's going to pull a little bit in front of that 98. Now back to the flat of the apron goes that 98 of Shepard. Gets a great drive off of 3 and 4. Sets him up beautifully for 1 and 2 here. Mike Holloway leads that last lap by 25 one-thousandths of a second. Benazinga has a great seat for this show in front of him. In that 17 car, he's trying to kind of mix both of these drivers' lines into one. He's kind of going where the other drivers are not. He's going to try and follow Shepard on the bottom, but you can see that he's sliding that right front tire a little bit and lost a ton of time coming out of turn number 2 that last time by. We are less than 20 laps to go. JR Shepard, he's almost cleared that 31 car. Holloway, he's got to do something here if he wants to keep that race lead. He's got to hope that Shepard either makes a mistake or he can find something extra here within that 31 car. Shepard, with a great drive off of turn number 4, just about clears him coming out of the turn, but it's not going to be able to do so. And Holloway shuts the door on that 98 running that high lane. And still Shepard trying to get this race lead. I believe he might get it this time around. Holloway was kind of slow coming out of 2, but he's got a great run coming out of 4 there. Just back and forth, tooth and nail for this race lead. Both drivers want a checkered flag, but only one is going to prevail here tonight.
Top 3 are driving 3 different lanes. Holloway takes that high side right above the white dashes in 1 and 3. Then you have JR, who is pretty much driving on the apron. You know, you see it in NASCAR where they kind of take the apron because it helps the car rotate. You can see that a lot done at Auto Club, New Hampshire. You're going to see that where they just kind of drive below that white line, help the car rotate. And then you have Ben, who, I don't know, kind of takes his own little lane. He kind of takes the middle lane between the two. And if there was to be a little bit more boost in that Ben's car, we would be 3 wide the whole time.
Yeah, that is true. Shepard, though, is looking like he might have heated that right front up a little bit too much. He falls back into second. Look at Kurt Smith coming out of nowhere, out of left field in that 6 car. He was trying to peek underneath the 17 there. But Holloway closing in on 10 laps to go. Shepard now back up to the high side. I mean, Holloway, he's going to have to block that lane right there, right on the hash marks towards the top of the racetrack if he wants to keep that 98 behind him, because it doesn't look like Shepard has enough momentum on the bottom of the racetrack in order to, you know, make this pass.
Ben sideways.
Benazinga brings out the caution here.
Oh, no.
Knocked out of turn number 2. What happened there? Oh, Kurt Smith got into him. Oh, heavy contact between the 17 and the 6 car. Benazinga goes around, is going to fall through the running order. Unfortunately, Kurt Smith going to be in that 4th position.
Oh, no, this is not good for Holloway.
No, this is not. I mean, Holloway's going to have to start on the bottom. The good thing is he can dictate when he wants to leave as a leader, but he has to wait until they exit turn 4, I believe, per the rule book. So, I mean, this is definitely going to make it an interesting shootout here to the finish. Probably one of the most exciting races of the year so far here between that 31 and the 98, fighting back and forth, drag racing side by side for the majority of that, I'd say about 20, 25-ish lap run. So there goes Donnie Moore getting a lap back. So he's going to go to 3 laps down. Edmonds may give him a couple of more laps if they can pull it off before they go back to green flag racing. But Benazinga in front of the field, kind of like a wave around as we speak right now. But our race leader, Mike Holloway, looking to do it. Get that checkered flag in hand here at the Irwindale Speedway, race number 4 on the 3rd season of the 2018 calendar year for the Outlaw Modified Series, powered by the Bootleg Racing League. And Holloway did win our first race of this season, so he's looking to get back into victory lane for the 2nd time this season as well. Won at Five Flags a couple of weeks ago.
Still waiting for those pace car lights to turn off, giving these drivers the 1-to-go signal. Will we get it this time? Nobody knows.
No, lights still on the pace car. Well, see, the thing is, I mean, 6 to go here, so we probably won't go back to green flag race until 4 to go. Next flag will end the race, whether it be a caution or the checkered flag. So, definitely going to have to get in where you fit in here on this short run. Holloway, Shepard, both winners so far this season. Of course, Shepard, our most recent. Holloway won the first race. But Mike Allen from 11th to 3rd here tonight. I believe the reason why Holloway started so far back from 12th is because he missed last week's race. But I don't remember seeing that 31 car out there. Now the group is getting tight here, getting side by side. Lights are off the pace car, coming down the backstretch. One more green flag. Going to have 4 more laps to get the checkered flag. Will we get there under green flag conditions, or will a caution come out here? Irwindale has proved to be tricky to a lot of these drivers here tonight, but Mike Holloway seems to have figured it out. So has J.R. Shepard. Green flag is back out in the air here. 4 laps to go.
Holloway had a beautiful start. Goes right up in front of J.R. Shepard. J.R. stuck in that top side still. Right now, bumper to bumper. Shepard is pushing Holloway just a little bit, but ooh, look at Mike Allen, that number 59, as he goes around, is going side by side with the number 6 of Kurt Smith. Kurt's doing everything he can on that top side, but here we go. This is the battle that we've all been expecting. 2 laps to go at the line as J.R. Shepard goes on and takes that bottom lane back where he's been all night long with Holloway up on that high side. If he has to do something, this is the time he will have to do it.
Yes, it is. Out of turn 2 for the penultimate time here tonight. Mike Holloway still out front. J.R. Shepard trying everything he can to get back around that 31 machine. They finished 1-2 in the first race of the season earlier this season. Here it goes. White flag is out for the 31 to 98 back down to the bottom of the racetrack. Will he have enough to do it here in 3 and 4? Last time through 3 and 4 for these drivers. J.R. Shepard is not going to be able to get there. Mike Holloway gets the checkered flag here at Irwindale. And great racing behind him as well. We wanted to keep on that leader battle, but, I mean, great job from all of these drivers out here tonight. A lot of exciting racing happening in the middle of the pack as well, but Mike Holloway going to take home the checkered flag for the 2nd time this season.
As your finishing order is as follow: Mike Holloway as your winner. Amazing job by him. Started 12th and finished 1st. Biggest mover of the night right there. J.R. Shepard, Kurt Smith, and then Todd up in that top 4. But Kenny Cubby, tough night for him. Went around, went all over the all track and had a hard time there. But Mike Allen and Justin Allen go around as being 6th, 7th.
Yeah, 8th is Jason Minda. 9th, Brian Den Benazinga in that 10th position. And then rounding out our 13 car field, Donnie Moore, Charles Lahr, and Lowell Jewell. So we've got our finishers here. So we're going to go ahead and bring in our 3rd place finisher, the number 6 car of Kurt Smith. Got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, congratulations. Finished where you started here tonight, but was a hard fought third place finish as well. Tell us how it was from out there on the track.
It was very hard to finish. A lot of good racing, a lot of good clean racing side by side. Again, a few people there were side by side for quite a while. Good race.
Yeah, it was. It was like, I think it was you, Liston, Kibby, Allen. Y'all were all right there for the majority of the middle part of the race. Trading. I think it was fourth, fifth, and sixth, back and forth between each other. A lot of side by side, good clean racing. Out of that, when you get into those kind of situations, what do you do? Because I noticed that you were in front of the pack for the majority of the time, but then we saw you kind of fall back a little bit and then drive your way back to the front of that kind of pack. So what do you do in those situations there as a driver?
Well, all that side by side, I kind of overheated my tires a little bit and fell back, so I kind of rested them up a little bit and then tried to make a run back to the front.
All right. Well, a lot of cautions out here tonight as well. I mean, 100 laps, we expect, a handful, but a lot of wrecking out there as well tonight, and you seem to have, got your way through it all as well. Good job on that. Especially with that one between, I think it was the 98. Pretty much the whole field got involved in that big wreck coming out of turn number 2. How did it look out of the windshield?
I was just bobbing and weaving. I clipped one of them going through, but yeah, I was just hoping I made it through.
All right, 10-4, man. Well, you got any thank yous, any shout outs you want to give before we let you go?
Just thanks to Lowell for running the league and everybody on the league that races so good and clean. It's a great group to race with.
All right, 10-4. Well, congratulations goes out to you, sir. The number 6 of Kurt Smith, our third place finisher tonight. We're going to bring in tonight's runner-up here in the 98 in J.R. Shepherd. Another second place finish on the season. Definitely should solidify a good, another great points night. But right there at the end, just could not get around Holloway. You got a copy there, bud?
Yeah, I got you guys. Yeah, it was ran out of tire. Come through the field twice in one night and not able to change the tires. It it just wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, ended up getting caught up in that wreck I just mentioned earlier with the third place driver. Tell us how it was out the windshield on that wreck there about halfway through.
Yeah, I knew everybody was going to be a little bit aggressive on the restart, and I figured some cars were going to slide up going into the corner, but I wasn't really expecting contact out of the corner, so it kind of caught me off guard. And I was trying to check up for it, but the guys behind just couldn't tell what was going on. So we got caught up in it and came in and got a fast repair because I really couldn't tell if the car was damaged or not for sure. So I just wanted to be safe.
I would let you know that it was very damaged, sir. You made the right call of coming down and getting that fast repair.
I figured, yeah.
Yeah, the whole rear of that car was all tore up. The front nerf bar was tore up. It was a good decision there. But I mean, again, let's see. That's 3 races that you finished either first or second here. So I mean, your average is just through the roof right now. If Holloway would have came in and raced a couple of races, he won. I mean, this is a second win of the year, of course, but I mean, he'd be right there with you in this points battle. So I mean, closing in on the halfway point in the season. Has your mindset changed at all?
No, it's still just take it one race at a time right now until we get closer to the end of the season and just try to have the best finish we can. I love racing with Holloway. He's one of those guys that'll race you super hard, but he does it very clean. So it's a lot of fun racing with somebody like that, and hopefully we put on a pretty good show tonight. I
would say this is probably the race of the year so far. So things are looking up and up. So you got any shout outs you want to give before we let you go here?
Yeah, I'll just give a shout out to the league and the Bootleg Racing League, Low Joel, and everything he does. And if anybody's looking for a good place to run on the weekends, yeah, check us out. And it's a great group of guys here.
All right, Big 10-4. Well, congratulations on another runner-up finish. That's the 98 of J.R. Shepherd. And I believe Dylan is going to be in victory lane.
My pick from lap 1, the number 31 of Mike Holloway. Man, oh man, those final 30 laps.
That was crazy, wasn't it?
Man, I was saying during the whole race, man, he's in 8th. He's in 9th. What is he doing? But there must have been a game plan to get that car to where it was.
Well, yeah, sort of. I really wanted the first half to kind of save tires a little bit and kind of started picking through the field. But I mean, be quite honest, if it wasn't for that wreck on the backstretch, I think I had a top 5 car, and that's probably about it.
Well, that wreck definitely caused a lot of issues throughout the whole rest of the field. J.R. Shepherd got caught up and worked his way through the field. But were you surprised to see J.R. right behind you and Ben with only within, I think, 10 laps?
Oh, yeah, very much so. I under that caution, I saw that he had pitted, and I was like, okay, that puts a little buffer between he and I. Give him a little time to get up here. Maybe I can get away a little bit. And then all of a sudden, bam, there he was. I was like, what the?
But, a great run for you and everyone. It just, if you could just do me a favor for next time, if you could just maybe go up through the field a little bit sooner, because I was nervous. I'll say that to you right now. I was telling Wes, I'm like, oh man, he doesn't have a setup. He doesn't like Irwindale. Something's going on with him, because seeing you in that back half of the field is odd.
Yeah, well, you're right about one thing. I do not like Irwindale. I mean, I like it a little bit better now, obviously, but it's definitely not one of my favorite tracks, but it's very much a patience track. You just got to kind of wait for things to come to you. You don't really go out and get them so much as they kind of fall in your lap.
Well, go around and then had the amazing battle with JR. We get that final restart. Were you more angry that the caution came out, or more upset that the caution came out?
Wasn't particularly angry, but I wasn't real happy about it, because that gave JR that outside line, which is the preferred line here. And as soon as the caution came out, the first thing that popped in my head was just, I'm done now.
Well, you did an amazing job tonight going through the field. Biggest mover of the whole race, so congratulations to you on that. Now, before we let you go and round up this broadcast, who are those drivers that help make you and make this team and that car so fast every week in and out?
I got to thank Sunny D for coming on board with us this year. I got to thank Lowell for a great place to race. And also got to thank JR. He's such a good guy to race against, and he'll race you clean. And I really enjoy racing against him, especially now that it seems I can keep up with him a little bit better.
Well, that's most definitely a lot of fun watching you two go back and forth. And hopefully we can see the same action next week. But Wes, down from Victory Lane, I'll bring it back up to you to round up the show.
All right. Well, I mean, that just about does it. Irwindale provided probably the most exciting race so far this season. I know 100 laps, we get a lot of single file stuff, but I mean, it just seemed like everybody wanted to be side by side throughout the whole entire race, and that was awesome throughout the entire night. Congratulations goes out to Mike Holloway again for picking up his second win on this season. Next week, we'll be in South Boston Speedway, live here on OCTV, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And, I mean, other than that, we hope you have a great week. For Dylan and myself, we are OCTV, and we are out. Thanks for watching.